Have you ever wondered how the complex history of Palestine began? Let's journey back to ancient times, to a land steeped in rich history. We find a region inhabited by a diverse array of peoples, including the Canaanites, Philistines, and Hebrews, each contributing their own unique culture, stories, and traditions to the tapestry of Palestine's history. According to the Hebrew Bible, an important chapter in this ancient narrative involves the Israelites. This group of Semitic people migrated to the region, setting down roots and establishing a presence that would have profound implications for the future. Their journey, struggles, and triumphs are vividly documented in the Old Testament, providing valuable insights into the early life and times in the region. In this early period, the stage was being set, the players were taking their places, and the story of Palestine was just beginning to unfold. This marks the beginning of a rich and intricate history that would shape the region known as Palestine. The narrative of Palestine took a major turn with the arrival of the Roman Empire. In 63 BCE, the powerful Romans seized control of the region, casting a long shadow over its future. The land, known then as Judea, became a province of Rome, and the city of Jerusalem transformed into a focal point of Jewish identity. Jerusalem served as a beacon of culture, religion, and governance, a jewel in the crown of the Roman Empire. However, the end of the Western Roman Empire did not mean the end of Roman influence. The Eastern Roman Empire, also known as the Byzantine Empire, took the reins from their Western counterparts. For several centuries, the Byzantine Empire ruled Palestine, continuing the legacy of Roman governance. Under Byzantine rule, Palestine experienced changes in its culture, politics, and identity, all of which contributed to the rich tapestry of its history. The Byzantine Empire's control over Palestine paved the way for another significant shift, the beginning of Islamic rule. The 7th century CE marked the dawn of a new era for Palestine. With the fall of the Western Roman Empire, the Byzantine Empire's grip over the region weakened. In 638 CE, Muslim Arab forces led by Caliph Umar seized this opportunity and captured Jerusalem, thereby initiating Islamic rule over Palestine. This was a significant turning point, as it introduced a new religion and culture to the region, fundamentally influencing its socio-political landscape. But the tranquility was not to last. Fast forward a few centuries to the 11th, and we're thrown into the era of the Crusades. Eager to reclaim the Holy Land for Christendom, Christian crusaders from Europe set their sights on Palestine. What followed was intermittent warfare between Christian and Muslim forces that spanned the 11th to the 13th centuries. This was a time of strife, religious fervor, and political maneuvering. The Crusades marked another tumultuous period in Palestine's history, leading up to centuries of Ottoman rule. The 16th century brought a new power to Palestine, the Ottoman Empire. With the onset of Ottoman rule, the landscape of Palestine underwent significant changes. The Ottomans, hailing from modern-day Turkey, held sway over Palestine for several centuries, right up to the collapse of their empire after World War I. Their rule, marked by periods of relative peace and prosperity, was a significant era in the region's history. Then, a new chapter unfolded post-World War I. The League of Nations granted Britain a mandate over Palestine, a controversial decision that played a monumental role in shaping the region's future. Under the British mandate, Jewish immigration to Palestine increased substantially. This influx of Jewish settlers, seeking refuge from persecution in Europe, stirred tensions between the Jewish and Arab communities. The British mandate set the stage for a pivotal moment in Palestine's history, the United Nations Partition Plan. 1947 was a watershed year for Palestine with the proposal of the United Nations Partition Plan. This plan aimed to divide Palestine into separate Jewish and Arab states, with Jerusalem as an international city. Jewish leaders, seeing an opportunity for a long-cherished dream to be realized, accepted the plan. However, Arab leaders, viewing it as a threat to their own aspirations, rejected it. This disagreement set the stage for the 1948 Arab-Israeli War. Following the declaration of the State of Israel, neighboring Arab countries initiated a war against the newly formed state. The conflict was intense and its effects far-reaching. The war culminated in Israel's establishment and the displacement of hundreds of thousands of Palestinian Arabs. These individuals were forced to leave their homes and became refugees, many of whom ended up in camps in neighboring Arab countries. The aftermath of the war led to the creation of Palestinian refugee populations, a situation that remains unresolved to this day. The 1967 Six-Day War marked another significant chapter in the history of Palestine. This brief, yet consequential conflict saw Israel square off against its Arab neighbors, resulting in a reshaping of the region's boundaries. In the aftermath, Israel occupied the West Bank, the Gaza Strip, and East Jerusalem, territories previously held by Jordan and Egypt. This occupation introduced new dynamics to the already complex Israeli-Palestinian conflict. Fast forward to the 90s, and we arrive at the Oslo Accords. These agreements between the government of Israel and the Palestine Liberation Organization marked a significant stride towards peace. They established the Palestinian Authority, granting it limited self-governance over parts of the West Bank and Gaza. This was a momentous step, offering a glimmer of hope for a peaceful resolution. However, despite these efforts, the road to peace is long and fraught. The Oslo Accords offered some hope for peace, but the Israeli-Palestinian conflict remains unresolved. Even today, the struggle for peace and self-determination continues in Palestine. The Israeli-Palestinian conflict, a saga of deep-seated historical grievances, remains a major challenge in the region. The conflict revolves around a myriad of intricate issues, each one tied to the other, creating a knot of complexities. The disputed borders, the contentious settlements, the heart-rending plight of refugees, and the unresolved status of Jerusalem, all play a significant role in this ongoing conflict. This struggle isn't just about land or religion, it's about identity, about history, about the right to exist. It's a struggle that has seen periods of violence and negotiation, of hope and despair. As we delve into the annals of history, we see the myriad perspectives on the history of Palestine. Each perspective offers a different viewpoint, a different narrative, each equally valid in its context. As we reflect on the history of Palestine, we are reminded of the complexity of the conflict and the ongoing struggle for peace.